fought with this computer and see what will happen. Okay, great. Yes, so that is especially what we'll be talking about in terms of creativity. And when you ask you a question like this, somebody can ask you, am I creative? And why do people feel, if at all I was asking, and I wish everybody would show me by show of hand, if there is a hand show here, that who thinks they are creative? And what makes you believe you are creative? Those are the questions that probably will be one to ask. And you can see in the chat that people are saying, they say the voice is low. Yes, we may share with you the whatever later. I don't know, Edward, the voice that now low. Kindly just unmute yourself and tell me.
The voice is fine. It's fine.
It is fine now. Thank you. Okay, maybe let me. I don't know whether what is being used, whether it's speaking. I'll actually keep monitoring kindly. We are monitoring and ensuring the voice is okay. All right. I'll keep monitoring, guys, so that we don't want to have anything. This is very important for all of us because it is the one that's going to, this is one of the very many series we are going to have. So we have to make sure that the audio is perfect. Okay, good. So when we talk about creativity and who is creative, I think maybe you can be able to see, let me put the charts aside. So who is creative? So many people think maybe creativity is associated with artistry. People who draw so well. Creativity is a talent that is, or inborn, that if you are not born creative, you can never be creative. That's how people know it. Or it is some sort of a mystical power or some sort of something strange that only visits very few people, like a Holy Spirit, and then others are left out. So when you find, you'll always find somebody saying, this child is creative. Right. So how do we say that somebody is creative? So are you part of those people who believe they are creative while others around them, they are not creative? Is creativity just some kind of a spirit that only maybe ends up going maybe just to some and leaving others? Those are some of the questions we'd wish to find out here. So that is the way people think. Is it the right thing? So people basically, so there are people who believe they don't have the talent of being creative, which is something I want us to do. So let us have a common understanding so that we move to the next level. Common understanding is, reality is this, guys, that creativity is a programmable characteristic of problem solving. It is a skill that can be learned, can be taught, and can also be improved. And everybody is creative. So, because everybody, every day, something is taking place. You're caught into trouble, you are generating an idea. You're doing something, you're getting an idea about it. So it is something that we can see. So it's not just like, it's a spirit that we cannot see. Even having a spirit, people can always see the manifestation. But here is a case that we really need to know that this actually is something which is capable. So kindly, let us look at, that's the common understanding I want us to get into this. And then there's something which we have talked about here, small, that creativity is about solving problems. And I think maybe if I get problem solving, this one is coming out very, very, if you can see that. So it's a programmable characteristics of problem solving. So if you have ever solved any problem, know that you are showing some signs of creativity. We just want to see how your solution can be termed as a creative solution, or what is it? Okay. So let us look at that aspect of creativity and problem solving. What does that one probably now take it to be? So let me remove this. So creativity and problem solving, that is it. That is what it is. It is about solving a problem. Creativity is just basically about solving a problem. The only problem is maybe this meaning can come out like so small, and we just want to get to know more about it so that you don't just feel that if you are having a problem and then you solve it, then again you can count yourself very, very creative. So let us see what really makes it even more for somebody to qualify to say, now this is creativity. And definitely everybody is good at doing that. So let us get some point. So creativity is problem solving. We have agreed on that. But there are two key characteristics we need not to leave behind. One is that creativity is solving a problem with relevance and solving a problem with novelty. This characteristic of creativity must be there. So it's not just a matter of solving a problem, but the problem, when you're solving, give a solution that is relevant. When we talk about relevance, what we mean is just the degree of how that problem is being solved thoroughly. That's where we're talking about relevance. Without relevance, any idea is worthless. It is so useless. It doesn't really give us anything. And then probably, if probably we take you again, maybe novelty. Novelty now is about originality. How different is your solution as compared to other solutions that have been there? Different maybe in the uniqueness, originality of that solution. So the two things combined, that's what makes, as even science says, we define creativity as an idea that is novel, good, and useful. Remember, it's an idea which is good, novel, very unique, and very useful. And it's our brains doing what they do best. And our brains are all creative. Sometimes, if you believe in the writings of the holy books, you will agree with me when God says, "Let us create man into our own image." The image that went into man, if you will agree with me, and this is again a point that you can discuss. My point of view is the image that went into God, man, is the creativity. Without man on earth, we wouldn't be having good roads. Without man on earth, we wouldn't be having nice buildings. If animals were the ones occupying this earth, nothing would be created. So the creativity of God is what was transferred to man. And therefore, that's why you see that every person, every human being is creative. The only problem is we don't believe so, or we have not been told, or we have taken creativity in our own way. But the truth is, creativity is problem solving with relevance and novelty. That's the good definition. Maybe there are other definitions around it, but that one will leave to people who are in the academia to be able to discuss. But now when we talk about this creativity as we're talking about it, how is it important to us as teachers? We said everybody is creative. All the children that you have in your house are all creative. Start believing that today. It is even seriously wrong, as I will show you later, that you see even a student, maybe in grade 1 or 2 or 3, draws a nice, wonderful looking person, and then a teacher who is us again writes there, just write there, hey, this is a very creative child, just because he drew a nice picture. So creativity is not just artistry, but creativity is about solving a problem with relevance and novelty. Look at another example. The media people say they get somebody, a young person who has created a very nice helicopter using, maybe I like giving this particular example. You have seen this news of somebody very creative. Somebody, this is the most creative person. This is very innovative. Then you ask, what have they done? Then you are told, this person has created an helicopter using the engine of a tractor. Then you ask yourself, yes, he has created an helicopter. Yeah, sounds like that's very curious. But is that creativity or is it innovation? Then again, a point of discussion. Which problem was he solving? Do we want to create more helicopters in the country? Yes, maybe, but is there any relevance? Okay, probably. What is the uniqueness about that? Because we already have helicopters there. So how unique is this helicopter besides others? Is it using the engine? Will it even be better? Will it be solving problems or will it be causing more problems? More problem. But imagine if at all the same person was creating the same helicopter using an engine, but instead of using probably the normal petrol, he uses water. He says, now this engine will be using water from today on. I mean, that will be amazingly, that's very creative because very unique. We have a lot of water killing people during the floods. Let that water be used now to fuel cars. That kind of idea will be used all over. Now they're solving a problem. So kindly watch out. We as teachers, let us tell these people the truth that creativity or innovations or inventions, whatever it is, it must be based on problem solving with relevance and novelty. In fact, those words are used mostly almost the same: innovation, creativity, and invention. They are all used basically. In fact, they all neighbor one another. In any case, they are related in many cases. So, and in school, we say creativity is so important, just as literacy itself. And we want teachers now, we are asking ourselves, what is our role in this, our aspect of creativity? Or do we really need to do it? Yes, we can all be creative. We can all be creative. It's only that we don't usually see problems around us. But if we can all be creative, it's very important right now to help our young people to become creative because the world has changed. You know, our world was very nice. There was no problem. I can sleep, I wake up, there will be food. I finish, I go to class 8, there will be a job. Even if I drop out in Form 4, a job is already waiting for me. So problems were never there. But now, the more the problems, the more the need for creativity. Creativity as a skill to the young people. That's what we are trying to say. Because we need, as teachers, I usually think of this one, call them 5 C's, which are very important. And you've heard about this in almost all the sessions, wherever you've been. Communication is important. And we have realized most of these young people, they don't know how to communicate. Collaboration, quite important. In the real world, people don't work alone. In the real world, people share. People share a lot of ideas. But in the school, if you just go to look at somebody's work, you're in trouble. Or if you work together, somebody is the one who does the work, the others are just either together with them. Collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, creative problem solving, these are some of the things, I just put them together like that. But as a teacher, we need to look at that. Correct. And we look at the Bloom's taxonomy. This is not even about CBC. We've missed it all through in the 844. We've missed it all in all the systems. And even the CBC, if we are not careful, we are still going to miss it because we are not upgrading the teacher. It's not about 844 upgraded. No, it is virtually we have just to change. And it's not, this is not meant for the CBC only. It's meant for all the teachers up to the university. Because the university graduates are now missing jobs. They are suffering. You have seen engineers outside there. There's nothing they can do. Yet, it's an engineer. He has done civil engineering, and he can't even design a small bridge in the village. Just designing, leave alone building. Just design and share your idea. You see all that. Why? Because nobody taught them how to become creative. So creativity is missing in all levels. And it all begins with what we were taught in college. We were taught this thing of Bloom's taxonomy, and probably we missed it out. Edward, you have been training teachers. Where do we actually reach? Thank you. You want to say
something? So maybe just to add on to what David has said, in terms of creativity, I want to say that we've really limited our learners. We've killed them in school. Yeah, we've limited them to only remembering, we've just understanding, applying. Only that. Rarely would you take our learners to analysis, evaluations, and creativity, or create. And according to Bloom, the emphasis was that the learners should be taken to those high levels as he categorized them, whether they are in kindergarten or whether they are in high school, So the aspect of that, let's just do understanding, let them just be able to remember, no. Because when we were born, we just born and it's like we were there with clay and we were trying to come up with things according to how we really understood them. And that is how creativity began, and we could see it evident. But now in school, we are locking them in classes, in years, and in systems, and we are busy killing them instead of helping them to be able to see. Rarely would we even help them to be able to create, even when we are doing our assessments. So that has really, the school has really concentrated in killing the activity of the learners. And that's why it's just important that we move and help our learners to be creative. We've even limited creativity to some specific subjects, some disciplines, yeah, that it is just art and design. So art and design, that is now where creativity is evident. But we are saying we have to go beyond that. We are supposed to go beyond art. Creativity is beyond art. So that is helping us to be able to see that as teachers, we have a role to play, especially in terms of helping. And now coming to even higher education, what we are now even telling people is that you have to help the learners to be able to exercise creativity across. And that's how we will be able to excel in the aspect of solving problems and problems that are affecting us as a society.
Great.
If you look at Kenya now, we have a number of problems and challenges that school and society should be able to solve. And then it's like, how are we linking up, especially with the reality as we move? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And it reminds me of a question which I gave to the students during the interview, the presidential digital talent interview. We took them, but the question we were giving was one. We asked the student, hey, give us one example where of a project of innovation you participated in or created something, and what was your role in it? Almost all students, and you can imagine these are first class engineering students telling you, no, I've not participated in any innovation in terms of a project. I've just been doing the college assignment and probably the project in college. I'm like, what? Is this what you're going to do? So they ended up even missing the jobs because employers are not looking for people who just went to class and reached understanding, because that is what the syllabus, you say the syllabus, relevance, our syllabus is the killer, number one of creativity. Then it's no, the syllabus is not killing anybody. The problem is the teachers, the way we have adopted teaching, because of the pressure of getting the marks or the pressure of getting the grade, it has reduced us as teachers not to go beyond what we were taught. Because you only say, the famous question in the classroom is, have you understood? And the students say, yes. And what happened? Okay, we'll go to the next one. Meaning you only teach up to the second level, which is understand. You don't take them through. But if at all you are to take them through, guys, if you are to take them through, let me tell you, even the 844, we have tried. I've tried taking them all the way to creativity, and it gave a lot of feedback. Let us not be scared of the syllabus. In fact, which we are going to teach you, problem or project-based learning as your method of teaching, even in the 844, and put your things in terms of project, things will go far, as I will show you later. So as Edward has said, that we want to move, but in most cases, creativity or creative thinking have always been left out to some specific disciplines, like probably design thinking, engineering, those people in the art. Those are the people always think they should be thinking about creativity. But we forget others, maybe in other sectors, maybe biology. But there are so many things. For example, if I was to teach literature, and there's this book about literature, why don't we just go ahead? And by the way, I want us to talk. I'm not talking about, and we're not really focusing on even a particular person. We're not going to blame the government. We're not going to blame the system. We're not going to blame anybody else. But we are going to say, what is our role as a teacher? What are we going to do? Because at the end of the day, this is your own child we are talking about. What can we do to our children? leave alone the whatever. Think about making students go to analytical stage, practical. Let them have the creative thinking in all the subjects. The idea is we are living in most uncertainties which are on the way. Whoever knew that Corona would come? Whoever knew that schools will close? The exam lovers, probably the grade people, the people who are busy with mocks. How did you ever know things would happen? And even after that, now the world probably has changed to a different world. How are we going to go back? Are we really going to go back and train the same way, or teach our learners the same way, or teach our own children the same way? The answer is probably not really true. Remember, if you are boasting of knowledge, right now the learners have got knowledge from the internet. This is a different generation. We as teachers were prepared as the knowledge carriers. But today, when we go to school, we are not the knowledge carriers. We should be helping learners to be able to do what? To get to the knowledge. And these learners probably are our children. So that's why we are starting this program. We don't want to change the entire system, because even if the government was to change CBC, we have seen what is really even happening with CBC. CBC is a very good program with a lot of creativity, with a lot of hands-on activities, which really encourages a lot of competencies. But the teachers, the quality of the teachers who are really taking even CBC, you just see them and you see this is an upgraded 844 teacher. There's nothing, there's no overhaul in the teaching approach. They still go there, they will tell you, the content is still shallow, there's little whatever, this is not enough. But they say, no, you don't own the knowledge. Help the learners create their own new knowledge, new things. Yes, and we will be able to help you guys. So we are saying allow students to take creative risks and solve problems with resources available. Let us start doing this in our classes. No matter the subjects we are, they need to be resilient. They must have a deep understanding of how to apply the knowledge you give them in all circumstances. Because if you are creative, we believe a creative mind looks at things differently in a fun and a very unique way. It is naturally more engaged, more adaptable in any situation, and they are able to solve problems. That is what we know. So I will take you very quickly this other section, because what we are thinking about is looking at it. The top skills that are needed now in the job is creativity, and we are not going to wait. Let us save even that one child and help that child get these jobs of tomorrow. And let us leave, probably, if other teachers are not taking side, or we are all waiting for probably the government to do it. The government may not be able to do it because the government will do it at a policy level, and who implements it in the classroom or in our own homes, or even for our own self. If you want to change career now as a teacher, you must be creative enough. We want teachers to even develop themselves. You must be creative. You must be creating something. Adaptability is something now needed. Corona has brought adaptability, as now people are learning to be adaptable very late. When these are some of the things we have been given our kids. So we know if creativity is taught, it will give opportunity to the learners, so that the learners are not really only focusing on one aspect, only one way of seeing things. Me, I just want to be maybe this career. And some of the careers are already just being faced off as we are talking now. There are so many careers that are now moving away. Then how do they approach the world? They need to approach the world creatively and empower them to succeed in life. That's the only way. Let us not preach to them that you are going to be a failure. Wait, because sincerely speaking, with time as a teacher, the time has really taught me a lot of things. Students whom I thought were not good enough, they are really now successful in the industries. Students whom I even didn't believe in, they are doing so well. In fact, they buy for me some sodas. Than the student whom I thought really was so well. What is it? There's something which has changed. And as teachers, we need to do it. We need to run with it. Yes, so we need, as a teacher, we can move with it. And we need only 100 teachers. We don't need so many. So how can I model creativity skills in my students? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. How can I encourage creativity in my classroom and in my lesson plan? It all begins at that particular small level. Do it small, not big. How can I encourage my students and colleagues to be more creative? Just in the staff room, how do you present things? If it's a CRE teacher, instead of just teaching the same way, is teaching maybe probably the miracles, why don't they perform the miracles with the students? Then make some kind of, create some bit of miracle. I mean, in the process, creativity has been taught, so that it's not about knowledge and cramming, but it's about doing something. You never know what that student can really do it. So the teachers can even change the way you teach. Just change the same content, the same syllabus, teach it differently, and you'll see how amazing you'll have an impact in the life of the children that we are handling. So generally, this is what I didn't want to do a lot of presentation, but it's very good. So there's a question which I'm bringing. How can you implement these strategies right away once we have the learning? One, engage. Think of ways students can engage with the content that you are giving. Remember, we are not blaming the syllabus here. We are not even bringing the minutes. We are not even bringing anybody. It is me and the content I'm giving to the learner. Stop doing it the same way we were done to. The same way we were taught. Change it. Just let us have it in a different way. At least, how can the learners engage with the content I'm giving them? I was teaching, probably, I'm giving an example of language, then there's a set book. And you want them to just tell them, take this chapter 1. Who are here who can sing? Yes. Can you take this chapter 1? Get that main character. Let him sing the characteristic traits or the character traits of the characters there. Create a song about the character traits of the characters in the chapter or scene 2 or chapter whatever. And by that, my dear, you have just changed the content thoroughly. That song will be sung. If during exams a question is asked about character traits, people will remember the song and they will pass your exam. So don't struggle with them, probably even reading and making a lot of notes. In fact, those set books, most of the time in our school, I think in some schools which I've discovered, we even say no guides. Let the student learn and come up with their own content. And it's very easy. Ask the students to develop their own questions about the content. Yes, this is the way to do it. Let us not give them, let them have those things, create those things on their own. That one will help them become creative. They just become very creative. Give students opportunities to tie content to their own experience. This is something you can do, guys. We don't need the syllabus to help us do this. We don't even need to blame the exams. We don't need to bring in with the ministry here. It is us as a teacher. What can we be able to do? And when you're doing this, not only to your student whom you're teaching, you can even do it to your own children. When you're working with them, let them just give them the experience. Don't be the knowledge owner, but help them create those knowledge. The fourth and the last tool, give them some tools to communicate their ideas. Maybe you have a phone. Let them record their song. Let them record themselves working in those particular scenarios. Let them present it, as somebody has said, in a poem. Let them present it in a song. And maybe now that we have these tools, let them not just present it in the song, let them record the song in their phone and send you via email. Wow, look at that. It is even different. Let them even do the video of how they're presenting the whole thing in a poem. And you get the video. You know, you have just changed it a little bit. What you're trying to do, they will learn the video, they learn how to record, they learn. These are the tools they love. These are the tools they have been born with. And if we use it, guys, all our lessons will be superior. Let us leave that and let us look at the industry. Industry we are living in is called Industry 4.0. We are talking about industrial revolution for those who can understand industry. We had in the first revolution when man discovered steam. The second revolution, man discovered electricity. Then the third, I think, in terms of information, and now the internet is bringing the fourth industrial revolution. And as we are speaking, we are in the third wave of that, the fourth industrial revolution. And things are changing so fast. You've heard of this. We can't say these technologies, you have not heard about them. You've heard about artificial intelligence. Now we have speech recognition. You can even just use your voice as your M-Pesa pin. You have heard of those. You use your hand to make decision. You can visual perception. You can open your phone using your face. And soon, and remember, I think there's this video I was saying, you can even put, this is again in a light moment. I was showing a video where a lady or a man is giving a lady a pant or a cloth, and ensuring that cloth can only be opened by his face or by his fingerprint, so that nobody else touches the lady until he's the one to come in to see. So those are the things of the tomorrow. Maybe you'll want to start buying clothes which have smart eye opener and all those things. You can only open somebody's clothes with that, and then you give it to your spouse. Nobody will open that cloth until you are the one to touch it with your biometric. Imagine of such things. Artificial intelligence is here with us, and these are things which we may not talk about. You've seen chatbots. Chatbots, when you go online, something just start talking to you. Hi, can I help you? This is now the future. We no longer have secretaries to answer phones because the machine is the other side to talk to you. This is where we are getting to, guys. And this is deeper. And I know we have all the teachers from all the field. We are not going to talk about all this. There are things called Internet of Things, blockchains. Vehicles are now coming to be autonomous. You are busy talking, you want your child to become an engineer. An engineer of which kind of vehicle? Which vehicle? The vehicles which have gone. Now help them to think and know that there are autonomous vehicles coming on the way. A child who is prepared for this will get a job. So everything is coming, and I don't want to bore you with all these technical stories. These are meant for a different audience. Let me just give you that there's a problem. Industries will be at risk. So many industries are now at risk. And me, I love the fact that we have had the pandemic. It is an eye-opener. Everybody has seen how many industries have had to fall down because of the change of things. And how do we now help our learners to be able to adapt? Are we going to wait for our grade 4 to graduate, for them now to really experience this? And yet the world has already changed. We are already in the very tail end of Industry 4.0. These are some of the industries that may be affected big. Travel industry, design industry, to the positive and the jobs. We are going to have what is called smart cities, and you have seen Nairobi just taking that shape very soon. Cities are turning smart. Ask yourself what smart cities are. These are things which are coming. There's a lot of implication in terms of career. There's evolution of jobs. Right now, as even teachers, if you don't know how to teach online, guys, you are not going to get a job in some of the very good schools we know. Maybe you're just going to get a job probably there. If you want to get, because very soon jobs will be pegged on the what have you done? Have you done anything digital? We've had, the other time it was, teachers must know how to use computers. Now, do you think the same thing they'll be asking you, do you know how to use a computer? No, they'll ask you, do you know how to teach online? Do you know how to teach virtually? And most of us, we don't know. We have no idea. We are never taught at the university. So jobs are evolving. The nature jobs are evolving. Roles are changing. There are shortage of skilled people. Right now, even if we are to look for teachers who can teach online, among these 80 participating, I'll get only 2 or 3 or 10, because I know of those whom we have trained early. So you can imagine. So remember, whenever there's a revolution, something happens. A lot of jobs are lost, but at the same time, there's good news. Many jobs are new jobs are created. So there are so many jobs which have been created right now, okay? But now, the other jobs, the old jobs are evolving. Maybe even teachers' job will remain, but they will still evolve. They will still evolve. A different kind of teacher is the one we are going to have. And we really need to know that, guys. And there was this insight that by 2020, which we are today, 43% of US workers will become contractors or gig economy participants, meaning people who can work many things. Individuals can earn money in a fraction of ways at their own discretion. You've heard of these boys who are just sitting and they're getting money. Na wewe unang'ang'ana, unawahi saa 12 kwenda class, unalala tukikumbuka wanafunzi wako na unakumbuka mean grade, na hiyo mean grade usipopata mtakosa tour ya kwenda Mombasa. some small little money, while somebody is seated analala anapata pesa mara nyingi kuliko wewe. Why? Because they have already known what is called gig economy. People are moving. So let us enable our children to go this way, because things have changed, guys, and let us not have teachers left behind as we are talking about this. Many jobs are being replaced by AI and mechanized robot associate. I wonder, even hata kushona nguo, even when you want to repair your clothes, which is torn, you see, we are thinking about fundis wale wanakanyaga cherehani. But when you go now with digital, you don't even need to kanyaga that cherehani. Put the cloth, it will design everything. Just do a design and put enter, and the cloth will pick it because of AI. The technology is changing, and technology is not leaving education. So as teachers, what I usually tell people, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moments of comfort, the way we were yesterday, but the ultimate measure of a man is where, or rather, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Where do you stand when you are being challenged with technology as teachers? Where do you stand when you are being challenged with probably the scenarios, the pandemic of the corona? Where do you stand as a teacher? Where are you? So think about that. Edward is sharing with us the attendance form. Kindly attend. Make sure you sign it, because this is just the first in many series, and we have so many things we want to do together. So maybe probably just in the next probably couple of minutes, one thing, we want to take you to this creative course, which is online. It's in the Adobe. We'll give you this link, or you can create the same link is here. It's called Adobe Creative Educator.link/start. When you go to that, you will see there's a course that teaches creativity for all. There's a course that will give you all these things I'm talking about in a very nice package with wonderful videos here and there. And you'll be able to read and read and read until you will come back and tell me that now you are the one to teach me. So it's time to get started, guys. In the next 10 minutes, we are just talking about how do we get started? Where do we start from? What we want you to do, all of you who have participated, and this is what we are going to follow up. Even if you want us to support you so that you'll be able to get it, you want everybody who has participated, go through those material that I'm going to give you the link, and then get that badge. Once you get that badge, it is very simple. It is just state your creative intent. Why do you want to be creative? What do you want to do as a teacher? Create a graphic about it. Share it with the world. That's the only thing we want you to do. That's the assignment today. One, state your creative intention. And then create a graphic or share it with the world. In fact, let me just give you a very good clue. Maybe you can answer such questions like, how will you support your students' creativity? In your subject, how do you want to change and start supporting your students' creativity? Or maybe it is not about your student. You can answer this other question. What is your goal as a creative teacher? What do you want to do as a creative teacher? An example can be simple as that. My goal as a creative educator is to push students to be of one of a kind. You see, something like that. Somebody just write that. But what we want to do, the idea is not even what is your writing, because we want to teach you how to create such things so that you are able to start creating amazing content, because we want to see you start to create your own content online. Soon we are going to take you through, it's a series of sessions, and this is just the first of it, and we don't want to discriminate between a beginner and somebody who is very good. So you start very simple by answering that question. What is your goal of being a creative educator? Or what do you want to do in order to support the learners? So think about that. Or you can say, my goal as a creative is to push. Oh yeah, you just say that. So you create something like that. And you can use which tools? Adobe has given us very wonderful tools: Photoshop, Spark Post, Lightroom, Illustrator, or InDesign. And in most cases, I want you to try Spark Post because it's free and it's very powerful and it is online. You create it and you have all the chances. And I will show you that 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes, to show you just a little bit. I will show you what to do. Don't worry, Justus, I'll give you all the instructions. This, we are also negotiating with Adobe so that they give us these softwares. Because if they give us these softwares, guys, we will go places. That's why I need ourselves to be committed. We need to build a case. The case we are building is we are all having this particular badge. And with that badge, we are good to go. And remember, if I can give you just what we are talking about when we talk about Spark. I think first, probably, I don't know whether this is it. Or let me get it from here. Good. So this is the site that all of us, it's called Adobe Education Exchange. There's tons and tons of resources here that I will share with you. These resources are very good for you and for your work. So the first session is called Creativity for All. And what you just need to do is to enroll, and then you sign in if you have an account. If you don't have, sign up. It's not a problem if you can sign up with your own email account. It's okay, personal email, just sign up. But in the attendance, we'll provide you with the emails, and once we get the licenses from Adobe, we'll give you the licenses. And I know some people are wondering, what does it mean? It means a lot. For example, like for me, like look at some of the licenses that have been given. There's so many. Look, all these softwares are very good for creating amazing things. And After Effects, if you have seen those scenes in even Oga or Nigerian movies where people are disappearing and appearing, they're using After Effects. Premiere is for creating video. As a teacher, you can start creating wonderful videos, put them on the YouTube, and you start earning your money. We'll even teach you how to create your YouTube channel and get all that. Illustrator for making logos and wonderful things. Of course, Photoshop is for creating those wonderful Photoshop, but don't do the bad ones of cutting the head of the president and replacing it with another animal there. That one is wrong. I think we taught you about safely being responsible. Dreamweaver, create a website of even your own business. Umeanza mama mboga business, create a website. Now that all businesses are going online, create an online shop. We will teach you all to do that. Animate is to create animations, small stories. Maybe you want to create the story of Jesus and make it move. Like when we had a workshop, and some teachers are very good at doing that. Fuse is for 3D. You want to create 3D things. Guys, all these things are the ones we want to get these people to help us have them. And then you see, even I've chosen not even to add more, but if I want to add, I can add. I have all this at my discretion. Despite all this, I have, even for mobile, if I have a mobile phone, I can see how many apps I will be given for free. And then for web, these are web-based. You can go online and just get all of them, again, for free, if at all you are an Adobe. Once you sign up, and then we will work together with my team to get you the specific login details so that you are able to, you just peg it, you are signing up so that you are able to get to redeem and get yourself those tools. Then they will help you so much to create your content, to make your posters. If you have told you have ever wanted to make posters, it will be very easy for you. You have video you want to create, it will be very easy for you. You want anything you want to do, it will be good. This one, which Adobe Spark, probably Adobe Spark is probably was what I wanted. Probably you can be able to see. It's very easy to create those. Spark, I think spark.com, spark.adobe.com. You just transform your ideas into stunning visual stories so that everything, you can even change the way you present your things to the learner. And especially now that they are very far, You can create social graphics and you put. The good thing with Adobe Spark, everything, you don't even need to tell yourself, I want to create one for Facebook, I want to create one for whatever. You just create, they'll ask you, if you want to create for Facebook, they'll give you a template ready. Is it web pages? You'll get very wonderful web pages. Short videos, you'll create very wonderful, nice videos. Even if you want to do a campaign to help children, orphans in your school, just create a small video and it will go viral. This is where effortless creation, beautiful results. It is just in minutes and you share instantly. And all these guys, we want to teach you. Hiyo mchezo watu wengine kukuja kukula kwa jasho yetu ya walimu tumekataa. Hata sisi tuna nguvu, tuna uwezo, tunaweza kujifunza. If you think you want to join us, to be part of us, guys, we can help and work on that. Yes, let me have question time, then we can extend just with 5 minutes time. Any question, just unmute yourself, give us a question, and we'll give you, because I've said the way forward, you'll go to this site, which we are giving you in the chat section, and then start that. In fact, if you want to finish this course very quickly, just when you enroll, once you have, it's a course you can do even within tomorrow, within 1 day. Let us know whatever kind you need, because there are people who says, jameni hata sina sijui data. I think 1 GB is just enough. Data mia moja is not bad enough. You can get, and you can just do, I think that is not the one I'm looking for. I don't know whether it can get creativity for all. Yes, so you can see, once you just click and you just click next, 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 next. The only where you will have a problem or you have to take time is during an assignment, where after creating your poster, you'll have to upload it. Once you upload it, you get your badge. Once you get the badge, kindly share the badge with us. And all these badges, 79 badges, will give us the softwares we are looking for. And if you have children who are beyond, wamemaliza hata form 4, these are things, if they learn, Photoshop tu peke yake wakijifunza, they are going places. Thank you. Any question, guys? Edward, any addition?
No, thank you so much, David, for that. I think because in the interest of time, we could maybe take 1 or 2 questions, although I have not seen a question in the chat, but I think it's very, very clear. I just want to remind us that please give us your details on that registration form, so that will help us. We could even send you some bundles of 1 GB that will even help you and boost you to finish your course. So kindly just send us your details or give us your details in the registration form, which I have shared, and that will be very, very okay. And then also you can subscribe to our Facebook page, which Delvin has shared on the chat. So thank you so much, David, for that wonderful presentation. I think we are so glad. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, we can now unmute yourself.
Any questions, guys, or comments? Just raise your hand, or you can unmute and go ahead. Thank you, Justus. You are saying you are ready to go. Martin, you cannot unmute. Okay, fine, we get you. Okay, the link to the registration, let me just resend it right away. That link, I'm just resending that in the chat. That will be okay.
It is declining your personal email, Roy Irene. What personal?
No, it doesn't. It should not ask you to sign in. You just disabled that, so you just need to get in it. We just go straight.
Yeah, Irene will help you. We will help you. As a teacher, we'll help you. If they want IAN, we will give you the IAN access so that, how do I access the assignment? Once you sign in, we said you have to go to Creativity for All, this lesson, and then you can see 7,000 teachers have signed in, have enrolled. So we want to see more here. Majority of them probably are from Kenya or the other parts of the world. And then we do it. And then maybe you're asking, why are we doing this? One is because that's part of our duty, because I think maybe I can be able to show that. Yeah, you can see an Adobe Education Leader Certificate. We have been given recognition for our achievement as global leader in education. And as a leader, these are the things which we need to do. We need to share our professional knowledge with fellow educators. We need to inform our colleagues and communities on creative technology in education. We need to present and share practices to enrich creativity and effective classroom communication. We also need to implement creative and innovative pedagogical practices in our classroom. We need to apply professional learning and improve students' learning, and then engage with professional teaching networks, local and broader communities. This is why we are doing this, because we have been recognized that we are global leaders in education. We are not Kenyan leaders. That's why we are not really struggling with the systems or syllabuses. We are struggling with how do we help the learner to become a global worker, a global competitor, not a local one. We have seen hands. Edward, can you support and help these hands? Edward or Sylvia or whoever is there.
Okay, so there's a hand from Jeru. Go ahead, Jeru. You can unmute yourself. Okay, Kelvin, are you ready? You can unmute yourself and maybe make your question or comment. Wakina, kindly unmute yourself and just talk.
I'm unmuted. It's a great initiative and we appreciate. I'm Wakina from Nairobi Technical.
Nairobi Technical. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate your time and even coming for this particular session. Great.
Welcome.
Thank you. James?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, go ahead.
I want to take this chance to, first to thank the facilitators. He's taken us in a very important session. This session has been an eye-opener because personally I've been having issues, also challenges on the way that we always train and do things, because we've been doing things in a conventional way. Year in, year out, 10 years, 20 years, the same content, the same way of delivery, the same things from the students, no creativity, nothing. But now, I'm now seeing, if we now take this approach that you are coming up with, where we have software, where we have things where the students now can become creative, can be challenged, can even do more than the trainer. I'm now seeing that we shall go for and we shall enroll in this. Thank you.
Thank you. Jacoya, just unmute. Kevin, you can go ahead.
Yes. This is Jacoya. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. Thank you so much as well. I'm listening from Juja.
Okay.
I'm so much grateful. I'm one man who faces life alone, and I love to know what lies beyond the horizon. Myself, I love to like just to know what is it for tomorrow. And so, introduction of this course. This system is so much loved by myself, and I hope to all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jacoyo. Kevin Kibet, go ahead.
How are you?
Hi.
Hi. So my question is, in as much as we will be able to engage our students in terms of technology, the challenge is how is Adobe trying to tackle the issue about students who are not much of in place, who don't have internet and not a few. I don't know what that can be handled.
Okay, thank you. I give that question to David in terms of how Adobe would be able. But what I want to say is that that's why we are starting with the educator, that is the facilitator, and somebody who really needs to look at what are the challenges that are facing, what are some of the things that I can be able to do. And that in itself will be problem solving. It will bring about the invention that we are talking about. So the more challenges, the more problems we have, the better for us, especially in terms of moving our creativity to the next level. David, I don't know what you can say about that.
Yeah, of course, you have said it well. Remember, the reason why even right now, as you're speaking, the government did a very wonderful job of distributing 1 laptop per child. Remember that program. Those gadgets are in school. And my friend Vivian here will tell you, we went to the school, most of the schools, they are, and even Robert, they are having dust. So it means the problem is not the device. The problem has never been the devices or even being able to reach the learner with the device. The problem has always been the teacher. The device is not the magic. The magician is the teacher. The teacher is the magician. If the teacher is well empowered, no, gadgets will just have their way to work. Even as we are speaking now, the youth, the ones you are teaching in high school and colleges, they all have devices. They have their phone. But I'm very sure teachers are not taking advantage of those phones to make them create small videos, to sign in, to submit assignment in form of videos, in form of stories, in form of animation. They are only telling them, write this, fill these answers and send to us, PDF or the same word. Surely things have to change. The problem has always not been with the gadget. The gadget is not a very big issue. As much as, yes, we are recognized, but the mistake which we should not do, we should not first begin with giving devices to the learners. Let us first of all empower the teacher. Then when the devices come, the teacher will just have the right decision to be able to guide the learner. Or else, you are my witness. Laptops are, go to any primary school, ask them what they are doing with those laptops, and you'll be surprised. They are locked in the schools. Some, like the one we went in Juja, in Ruiru, there's a school that we went to ask for those laptops, and we were told to go to the police station because they are locked in the police station. And there are so many schools whose those laptops or those tablets have been locked in the police station. And yet here you, as a teacher, are saying they are lacking gadgets. The gadgets the government has done so much to distribute, but those gadgets are not working. They are not really doing the purpose. Where is the missing link? It is not the government, no. The teacher was not well prepared. And if the teacher was well prepared, maybe things would be different.
Thank you so much, David. I think in the interest of time, maybe Ruth Misava, you have your question or your hand up. Just go ahead or comment.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Olivia. Go ahead.
This is Olivia from Nanyuki. I just wanted to say I appreciate the session and I hope to be able to share the knowledge with others. And I do believe that you'll organize another session for us.
Thank
so
you.
that
We will.
this could be a beginning for a good journey. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Over to you, Ruth. Thank you, Olivia.
Okay, thank you, Ian. Thank you, David and Edward, for the wonderful session. It was actually very educative. I'm Ruth Misava, listening to you from Kaimosi. Now, I want to believe that if we get empowered and we begin using this, somehow our parents will just be able to buy the gadgets for the children, like David said. The current parents have no issue spending money on their children. if we embrace this as educators, the parents will just have to accept. So teachers, let's buy the idea, let's go for the training, and things will work well for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you so much for the support. We have Ben Chimoy. Ben, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, my name is
Yes.
Ben.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm from Eldamara.
Okay.
The recordings and also for the great work they're doing in improving.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you. Okay. So thank you. I think we can end there. Margaret, unless if you have something different, we'll appreciate.
Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity to thank you. Hello.
Thank you. Yes. Go ahead.
Because of reminding us of our role as educators, the 5 C's.
Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All
this
right.
will be one in a series. So kindly stay put. We will be calling, and then probably I think one of us will even create where we are sharing all these links. We'll create probably a link, maybe a WhatsApp groups to ensure that all of us are able to be in and we're able to do this together. We move as a group. We'll take you bit by bit, but then once we do and ensure it's a good course, others who are not part of this will have to pay, because it will be a certificate on online creative teaching, because that is what we want to put outside there at a certificate course of 3 months, and they will pay for it. While you people, you have started the journey, definitely you will have a lot of exemption. Thank you so much.
Okay. So thank you so much, guys. If you have not filled our attendance form, please just fill. The link is in the chat. So just go there and fill, and that will be fine. So far, I have about 53 of us, yet we were over 70, over 80. So thank you so much for your time, and we will be getting to you and share with us the information in terms of the badges as you get the badges, so that we can move the education of this country to the next level. You and me can be able to make a change. We don't need very many, we just need 100 of us, and we will be able to make a change, a big change in this particular country. So thank you so much for your time, and we want to see many of you getting out as the Adobe educators in a short while. Thank you.
Bye-bye then. Let us beat curfew time.
Bye, thank you.